Hello, Assalamu alaikum. This is Rahal Words Education Valley, and today's topic is
Sure, let's dive into creating a daily routine that can set you up for success.
our
We'll focus on simple
today
steps to.
topic is
It sounds like you're looking for some guidance on how to develop your routine. Let's start by picking one key habit and building from there. For example, setting a consistent wake up time.
learning from failure, turning setbacks into opportunities. This is our topic, today's topic. Okay?
That's a great topic. Learning from failures and turning them into opportunities is key for growth. We'll break down some practical.
Now
That's a
I
great
have a
topic.
questions to ask with you from you. So
Sure.
now tell,
Sure.
how do you personally define failure?
Failure can be defined as falling short of a goal or expectation, but it's also an opportunity to learn and improve. It's not the end, it's part of the process.
Okay, so have you ever failed at something and felt like giving up completely? Maybe you worked hard for a goal, but things didn't go the way you expected. It can feel frustrating, discouraging, and sometimes even embarrassing. But what if failure is not the end of the road? What if it actually the beginning of growth and new opportunities? Today, we are talking about how failure can become one of the greatest teachers in our life and how setbacks can actually guide us towards success. So, AI, my first question to you is, how do you personally define failure?
Failure can be seen as not reaching a goal, but it's often a stepping stone to learn, grow, and improve for the future. It's how we respond that really matters.
Okay, so why do people fear failure so much?
People often fear failure because they worry about judgment, disappointment, or losing confidence. But viewing it as a learning opportunity can shift that perspective.
Okay, so is failure really necessary for success?
Failure isn't always necessary, but it can be a powerful teacher. Many successful people learn a lot from setbacks and use them to grow.
Okay, so can success exist without experiencing setbacks?
It's possible, but setbacks often build resilience and insight. They help people adapt, pivot, and ultimately reach greater success.
Okay, can you share a failure that changed your perspective on life?
One example could be a failed business that led someone to discover a new passion or career path. It shifted their focus and brought new opportunities.
Okay, nice. Okay,
Exactly.
so can success exist without experience setbacks?
Success can happen without major setbacks, especially with strong planning and support. But setbacks often provide valuable lessons that can help long term growth.
Can you share a failure that changed your perspective on life?
Certainly. For example, someone might lose a job, which initially feels devastating, but it could push them to find new passions or even start their own business.
What lesson did that experience teach you?
That experience might teach that setbacks can lead to personal growth, new skills, and a clearer sense of purpose. It can show how resilience develops over time.
How did you emotionally handle that situation?
They might handle it by focusing on what they can control, learning from the experience, and staying persistent with their goals. That's how they shift their mindset and move forward.
How can people change their mindset toward failure?
People can change their mindset by reframing failure as a learning opportunity, focusing on growth, and celebrating small wins along the way. This shift helps build resilience.
What is the difference between failing and being a failure?
Failing is an event or experience, while being a failure is a judgment about yourself. You can fail at a task, but still be capable and resilient.
Why is resilience important when dealing with setbacks?
Resilience is important because it helps you bounce back, stay motivated, and keep moving forward despite difficulties. It builds the strength to handle challenges and grow from them.
What are the biggest lessons people usually learn from failure?
One of the biggest lessons is learning how to adapt, persevere, and use the experience to grow stronger and wiser.
How can reflection help someone grow after failing?
Reflection helps by allowing someone to understand what went wrong, what they learned, and how to adjust their approach going forward. It turns setbacks into valuable lessons.
Why is self awareness important after a setback?
Self awareness helps you recognize your emotions, understand your reaction, and make thoughtful adjustments to move forward more effectively.
How can failure open doors to new opportunities?
Failure can open doors by showing you new paths, helping you discover hidden strengths, and connecting you with people or opportunities you wouldn't have found otherwise.
Can failure redirect someone toward a better path?
It often helps to shift your perspective, focus on what you've learned, and take small steps forward. Talking to mentors can also guide you.
What habits help people recover quickly after setbacks?
Building habits like setting small goals, practicing self compassion, and maintaining a positive routine can help a lot. Also, staying connected with supportive people is key.
How can someone overcome the fear of failing again?
A good way is to reframe failure as a learning opportunity. Focus on small steps and gradually build confidence by reflecting on past growth.
Why does fear often stop people from trying new things?
Fear often stops people because they worry about failure, judgment, or uncertainty. It's a natural feeling, but acknowledging it and taking small steps can help overcome it.
What role does confidence play after failure?
Confidence can grow by reflecting on lessons learned, celebrating small wins, and gradually taking on new challenges. It's all about building momentum step by step.
How can students learn from academic failures?
Students can learn resilience, problem solving, and how to adjust their strategies for future success. It teaches them that setbacks can lead to growth. You're welcome. If you'd like any more examples or tips, just let me know.
What advice do you have for entrepreneurs who experience business failure?
Focus on what you can control, reflect on the lessons, adjust your approach, and reach out to mentors for guidance. That way, you can rebuild with more clarity and confidence.
How can professionals handle career setbacks?
Professionals handle setbacks by staying calm, analyzing what went wrong, seeking feedback, adjusting their strategy, and focusing on long term solutions.
Now, if we come to growth and motivation, how can someone stay motivated after repeated failures?
Focus on small, achievable goals, celebrate progress, and remind yourself of your purpose. Surround yourself with supportive people and maintain a positive routine.
What role does patience play in long term success?
Patience helps by allowing time for growth, learning from setbacks, and staying consistent toward long term goals. It keeps you steady through challenges.
Okay. How
Sure,
does failure build character?
failure builds character by teaching resilience, humility, and perseverance, helping us grow stronger and more adaptable in future challenges.
What is one powerful lesson failure has taught people?
One powerful lesson is that setbacks often show us what we truly value and how to adapt, grow, and improve for the future.
What message would you give to someone who recently failed?
I'd encourage them to focus on the lessons learned, remind them that failure is part of growth, and to take one step at a time toward their next goal.
What daily habits help people stay resilient?
Daily habits like practicing gratitude, staying physically active, setting small goals, and reflecting on progress can really strengthen resilience.
How can people turn pain into progress?
Yes, absolutely. Progress is often about consistent effort, learning from mistakes, and staying focused on the next step.
If you could give one final piece of advice about failure, what would it be?
Treat failure as a stepping stone, not a roadblock, and remember that growth often comes from setbacks.
So, as we wrap up today's episode, remember that failure is not something to fear, it is something to learn from. Every successful person has faced challenge, mistake, and setback along their journey.
Exactly. And by learning from those moments, you can grow and move forward stronger.
What makes the difference is the willingness to stand up again and learn the lesson and keep moving forward. Failure can teach us patience, resilience, creativity, and strength.
Absolutely. And each time you overcome a setback, you build even more resilience and confidence. That's how growth happens.
So, if you are facing a setback today, remember that it might just be preparing you for something greater.
Exactly. Take it as a chance to learn and grow. You might be closer to your breakthrough than you think.
Okay, thank you so much for giving time. I hope this conversation inspire you to see failure not as the end but as a stepping stone towards success. Until next time, stay positive, keep learning, and never stop growing. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome. Keep embracing growth and remember every step forward counts. You're very welcome. Keep going and remember